So we have Mr. Ashok Mittal. Ashok ji is the practitioner who is already running a tech company as a PFC, which is lending business. So he has more than 20 years of experience, and he had worked in various banks and the PFC. So Ashok ji, we would like to understand from you brief about your company. What are you doing in the digital and fintech space? And other than that, we would like to understand from you basically how do you identify the borrowers, your space in your market. So how digitally you are basically identifying the borrowers, and how we like to changes in the current regulatory regime, because whatever the regulatory regime is there, always is very conducive. So we would love to understand from you. So there are four pillars of the lending actually. One is onboarding of the customer, another is underwriting of the customer, or third is the disbursement, and fourth is the collection. We need to discuss our discussion on the today's webinar on this these four pillars. So over to you, Ashokji, and we welcome you and thank you for joining.
Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you so much. I would like to thank Resurgent India to have me here and share my views. So I represent a company called PrestLoans, which is a RBI registered NBFC company, but at the same time, we work a lot on the digital model. So primarily when we talk about digital, in fact, I was about to say the same thing, that it is largely considered as a feature by lot many companies, especially who are not into lending business or not NBFC. So they think that digital lending is just a feature. You create the feature in the website or on their product side and people will avail the loans, which is not really the case. Digital lending is a lot more. It is actually a product where you should be able to not just acquire the client or onboard the client, but also how much you can really do underwriting, which can happen digitally. And since we represent MSME segment, where we give loans to very small customers who are shopkeepers or B2B, B2C, trading, manufacturing, a lot of them are not really having a very strong digital footprint. They are not really very tech savvy. So you really need to kind of assist them in terms of understanding the whole process. Thirdly, more important than the disbursement. Disbursement can still be done through the payment gateways and payment companies. We have cash free here, so they can throw a lot of light on that. But I would like to say most important aspect, which is actually most neglected segment as far as digital lending is concerned, is the collection. So lot many people think that, okay, loan disbursement is more important, but I think if you can do the collection digitally, that is more important. Within collection also, it is not just about it is not just about saying that, okay, you are going to collect money through payment gateways, but it is also about how you approach the client, how you access the customer, how you assess the behavior of customer through the digital mode, where you have access to customer, whether his location or his references which is given to you, or his addresses of shop or house, etc. So if you really have a platform which can do all these things, then you are in a, I will say, digital lending company, when in true sense. Having said that, I will say my experience in PrestLoan has been that at least I can speak about my segment, which is MSME. In MSME, since they do not have too much of footprint and access or education in terms of using technology, because for any lender, the loan application is not really a easy thing. So what we do is we ask just a couple of basic questions from the customer in terms of giving his KYC and giving very short brief about his business, so that we can take a primary view on the customer. So what we have done is the borrower app. If you see the PrestLoan borrower app, it is I will say one of the simplest one. So we try that customer do not need to type anything. He should just take pictures, and then through OCR we can read out. So if he has given the photo of Aadhaar card, photo of PAN card, a photo of cancel check, these three things will give us everything. So through OCR we read them out and create that application form, and then from there we can check his bank statement, bank account authenticity, as well as we can generate a credit bureau report. Take a primary view that whether the customer is very user friendly for customer to access you. then I will say it is a real sense. I will say, as far as regulator is concerned, you have asked this. Regulator has been quite innovative. They have come out with various guidelines in terms of origination, in terms of co-lending. They have changed a lot of parameters so that the customer is in fact protected not only from say frauds, but also whether they have access to entire information about their accounts. So whether they can access their loan statement, loan account, balances, paid, overdue, etc. Directly. So it really helps them a lot in terms of reaching out to the various lenders. The one word of caution is that some of the fintech companies, when you see, they collect the data and then there is a lot of spamming happens to the borrowers. I think that is a major area of concern where they keep getting calls, they keep getting emails, getting messages about avail the loan. So it becomes sometimes too frustrating for the people getting so many messages about availing the loan. Availing loan is not really very easy process. So sometimes it looks like that this company is like distributing loan just like that, which is not really the case. So of course, going by the future, I think digital lending is the future. Your numbers and research is fantastic, and I think that this really helps the lenders, I will say, to save cost to the extent of maybe 0.5%, maybe sometime more than that, which is significant in number. Large number in terms of overall business that you have mentioned. This is going to benefit not only the lender, but ultimately the benefit is passed on to borrowers. So I'm sure they will get a benefit of this reduced cost. Ji. Thank you. You're on mute, Ashish ji. You're on mute.
Thank you, Ashok ji. I think you have given some idea about your organization and how this onboarding is happening the borrowers. So thank you very much. I'll come back to you again. Question has come because you see now we are talking about partnerships. So the fintechs are partnering with the large banks, large NBFC. There is a question of business continuity plan actually. Because when you have become the partner and you are sourcing the loans, you are collecting the money and all. And if it will be a situation when the fintechs are having challenges in terms of continuity and all, then this can be a I think risk on the part of the bank also, and the borrower may also suffer. So that's why this question has come. So Ashok, would you like to comment on that? Or?
Yeah, I think one very important aspect as far as fintech journey is concerned, there are two observations I have. One is that starting any fintech, especially on the payment side, etc., you will see initially the capital requirement is very high, or you can say there is a burn which happens. So all those people who are running, you will see that the success rate is not really very high. So anybody, those who have asked the question, what is the future, is bright, but you need to be really kind of deep pocketed or with a vision. Second, I have also observed that a lot of payment companies or I will say insure-tech companies or anybody who has got into some fintech space, ultimately, when you see, are they generating, say, revenues or profit from their transactions? I will say no, it is difficult. So lot many are also tying up their payments or products, whatever features they're offering, somewhere directly or indirectly with the lending, where they are able to generate, let us say, higher revenues. So somewhere the lending part automatically comes in the picture, right? So whatever data they have, whatever analysis they do on the users, ultimately they try to sell a loan product or a loan to them, whether it is a small micro loan or something. So it ultimately goes down to lending somewhere. Okay, so the revenues are actually generated from there. There's absolutely no doubt that a lot more has to be done in the fintech. If I talk from lending perspective, a lot of validations, authorizations, verifications, payments, whether they're collections, recoveries, still to be fully digitalized, right? So one example, if I to give, suppose we do secured loan for MSMEs and there is a collateral which is a property, it is difficult to really check the property, do the valuation, do the legal check, do the research report, everything digitally. Okay, it is not happening right now because all the records are also not digitized so far. So there is lot more to be done on the digital side as far as whether it is a overall financial transaction or lending business is concerned. So the